Take a look real quick at the SE offerings for 2019. We've got 3 new signature models. This is Jacko Jackchick's signature. It's based off of the guitar he's been playing with King Crimson for the past couple years. He's been playing a custom painted P24. This is a 24 fret standard. Standard meaning it's all mahogany. The iconic artwork from the first King Crimson album. He's a great player, great guy. So King Crimson fans out there can rejoice and get a great guitar. Incredible artwork on that. Absolutely. Here we have Santana's latest offering. This is a 24 fret trem single cut. So Carlos has been playing a guitar that they built for him, which is a single cut covered in gold leaf, like actually gilded in thin sheets of gold. Yeah. This is obviously just gold paint, because it needs to be affordable.
Of course.
But it's a great guitar. If you're looking for a single cut trem 24 fret in the SE line, it's the only one with those specs. The pickups on it actually are the same pickups that you find in Paul's guitar, which I'll tell you about with this. They're called the TCI pickups.
Okay.
So TCI stands for tuned capacitance and inductance, and it's a method of fine-tuning a pickup and design. Paul kind of likens it to the difference between mixing a record and mastering a record. It's like a fine-tuning process. And he kind of came about it as he was working with John on the Silver Sky pickups. Okay. So then he took his guitar apart and decided to redesign the pickups from the ground up. And they sound incredible. They're very clear and articulate. What I love about them is the way, from the humbucking to the single coil sound, I've never heard a humbucker split and sound is true to just a real single coil, not like a split humbucker.
That's impressive.
So that's what Paul's guitar is.
Right.
There's now an SE version of Paul's guitar. Okay. And the first thing I wanted to check out is man, do these pickups, because that's everything about what Paul's guitar is to me is the pickups. So first time I plugged it in, it was they nailed it. So these are TCI S pickups. They're designed with the same build philosophy. Okay. So some of the cool features of this, the SE version of Paul's guitar, it has an updated version of the carve, which is a little closer to what you find on a core instrument. Yeah. It's got these vintage style button closed back tuners. The exact same bridge you'll find on the core instrument. Right. It's the aluminum bridge with the brass inserts under here.
Correct, yeah.
Obviously same switching setup. Sure. And the TCIS pickups. We've been doing demos side by side with the core guitar. Bang for the buck, this thing really stands up. It's an incredible instrument. It's hard to believe it's an SE every time I pick it up.
Well, Paul's really innovative with the pickups. Can you tell, are these traditional pickups in the sense that there's a magnet and a couple winds?
Yeah. There's nothing, they're not active. There's nothing going on in terms of that. But, there's so many aspects of a pickup that affect the way it sounds.
Of course.
And I'm not an engineer.
Sure.
Paul keeps a lot of stuff close to his chest. It's and there's no, but he could explain certain things to me that it wouldn't necessarily make sense. But I know part of the deal with his pickups is that he took the 408, which was, a wider pickup pattern bridge pickup and a narrower neck pickup.
Correct.
And he ended up really loving the way that neck pickup sounded. So he built a guitar for himself that had 2 of the narrow pickups.
Okay,
That's what became Paul's guitar. So part of the reason it sounded different was the narrower pickup pattern.
Okay.
Now, where this is not a smaller pickup, they voiced it. It almost kind of, to me, sounds somewhere between a humbucker and a P90. It's a little bit a different voice and a slightly lower output than a typical humbucker.
Sure.
But it's a little bit fatter, but still has the clarity in the top end of a P90.
Got it. So basically like a single coil that overate one night.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's how it should sound.
And they really, it's hard to compare them to anything because they really just have a voice of their own. It's like when you plug it into, you can't just go oh, it just sounds like a cool PAF or this. You really just got to plug one in and listen to it, or listen to Paul play. That's a good idea of what those pickups sound like.
Right.
There's a lot of clarity, a lot of note definition, both within chords and single notes.
That's great.
Very balanced. A lot of top end, but it never gets harsh or ice picky.
And so both these 2 new models, the Santana as well as Paul's guitar, they have the same pickups.
Yep.
Great. And how about this model right here?
Well, this is the Santana that was out. This is closer to what Santana's been traditionally playing.
Got it.
Carlos changes models over the years. Tries something else. It could be you know, a slight change in the pickups or, you know, where the control layouts are. He tends to like his volume and his tone way out of his way where he's picking.
Right.
So if he changes something in his personal guitar he's playing,
yeah.
It'll often be available in a private stock or a core model, and then the SE will change to reflect that.
Great.
So right now there's 2 different Santana options in the SE line.
That's great.
So you want to have a look at the acoustics?
Let's do it.
Sure.